Hello everyone. Thanks for coming to Mary's little house tonight. It's so good to have you here. I am so grateful to be able to visit you. I just had tea with my Cindy. Oh, you know she went to heaven and she's having tea with God at the banquet table of the Lord. But I ask her, in not with words like I'm talking to you, but in my thoughts. Do you have any ideas for YouTube? It's late and I haven't had a chance to write a script, to do my outline like I usually do. Well, she didn't give me any specific thing, or I didn't think of that she did, but she did put me at great peace. I usually press the panic button around this time, and because it's so late and I don't have anything prepared. But she gave me this peace, and that's what I want to share with you, but not a subject. So I just clicked record, and I placed myself at the disposal of the Holy Spirit without a script. But what did come to me while I was thinking about this YouTube Take 10 with Jim number 24 was that my day was so intense. I had a lot of snail mail, a lot of postal mail to answer, and a long list of emails and comments on the Facebook, which I hadn't had a chance to work on very much today. And I feel very like, oh my goodness, this day's gone and a lot of things were not done. But there is something that I wish to say, and my point is that when I look at my doing the Father's will in the present moment, it becomes manageable and energizing. I see my daily life, I see my life, all my life as being embraced by the Father, who presses me to his bosom, and he expresses himself in his word. What happens to me, what his will is for me in the moment. That's his love, you know. His will calls me to prayer so many times. And calling me to prayer, I meet Jesus. That's his word to me and to all of us. Yeah, I'm talking about personally though. He just calls us to prayer all the time. So he speaks to us the word Jesus, which becomes flesh, and so that's what he gives us. His greatest gift, his Christmas gift. We always say the biggest Christmas gift was wrapped in swaddling clothes and laid in the manger, Jesus. But he continues to speak to us in everything, in our every moment. He doesn't stop talking to us. He wants to please us in every moment. He doesn't look around. He doesn't go to sleep. He doesn't have too much to do other places with other people. He treats us as if we are the only son or daughter that he has. And that's wonderful. And how does he communicate? By his holy will. By what happens to us, and by what he is calling us to do in our state of life. Well, getting back to the task, when I see it that way, I don't care if I don't get everything done that I planned in the morning or the night before. But what I do care is that I stay in his embrace, in his will, that I close my eyes, that I live by faith and not by seeing all my accomplishments or not accomplishments done, that I live by faith in him, that he will accomplish what he wills for me to do and to be himself. He will do that. St. Paul says, I think in Ephesians, that first chapter, that we are God's masterpieces, like a canvas, and He's painting us, and He's doing that every moment. He's making us to the image and likeness of His Son. He made us image and likenesses, but as I said, sin messed that all up. But He's making us in the image and likeness of His Son and of Himself, because the Son's a perfect image of the Father, in our unique way. He made us all unique, like He made every snowflake that we saw unique, everything. So He keeps all that uniqueness, all those gifts, all those life experiences that are uniquely ours, and yet we image in that uniqueness the image of Jesus. So when I do a task, or when I'm called to welcome an unexpected guest, or answer the phone when I least have the time to do it, all these times God is calling me to embrace Him and not to look over His shoulder and see, but I have all this work to do. Why is this happening now? Why did the kitchen sink, and it did, plug up and leak tonight when I was supposed to get the prayer meeting going, get ready for the people to come to prayer? Why? Oh, that's looking over God's shoulder, the why part. That's looking over God's shoulder to say, why me? Why this person called? Don't they know it's my schedule, or as if they should know my schedule? All that stuff becomes ridiculous. No, that's looking over. We close our eyes. That is, we trust God in faith. We embrace Him. Embracing Him meaning, I'll get those dishes done. I will get this YouTube thing with all my heart produced for tomorrow for you to see. I will do what He gives me the moment. And I'll let Him take care of all the unfinished business and all the worries or whatever I have. But at this moment, I don't have time for unfinished business or worry about it or worries. My only instant, my only time, my only attention is to do the Father's will, to please Him, because I love Him and He deserves all my love. Yesterday I went to confession, and I just love when I make my act of contrition. I'm sorry for having offended thee, because you deserve all my love, not just part of it, but all my love. That's why we close our eyes when we embrace our spouse. We're not looking at the television or looking over the shoulder. We're just totally there, even visually. They're not looking. We're just looking, being there with our spouse, our loved one, our friend. The same way with the Eternal Father, and we do that by doing God's will, His will, pleasing Him in the moment. So I could look over my day and say, that's the measuring thing, not how many letters that I wrote. I got a lot of letters to write here. Not how many emails I answered or comments I made on Facebook. Not how the house. I got lots of things down the basement to sort out. But I look at it. The accomplishment is only one thing. One measure is how I please the Father, and I please Him not in a large load way, a big mountain way, but in this moment, in this instant, right now. I'm so glad to be with you. I'm so glad I could share my day with you. To call you to this serving God is the happiest way to live. It is. All that self-absorption and a worry about this or that gets us nowhere. But like Jesus said, those who lose their lives in giving and pouring themselves out in service to the Father and for the Father in service to others, they find themselves. But those who keep it, they lose it because they can't get out of that bubble. That's saran wrap. They're always there. So have a wonderful evening. Have a wonderful day tomorrow. Live in this moment. Watch the surprises and the awe and the wonder that the Father's love has for you. And know that you have everything you need to do His will and to do the tasks that He calls you to do. The sufferings He calls you to suffer out of love. And everything becomes love. Everything becomes joy. Everything becomes peace. Good night now, and God bless you.